Hello, my name is Ndichu and I am a program officer at PACEmaker International. The program that I oversee is youth development, which encompasses development for all our youth recruited in any of our programs. The program for which I develop content is the Community Based Teaching Assistant Fellowship, which recruits and places young people in under-resourced schools to improve the quality of learning for children. These young people, once they are recruited, we usually take them through training in order to enrich their skills and knowledge once they go to these schools, and also as young change makers in their communities. So we developed a handbook that would assist these young people when they come for training, just to ensure that they are well informed of the modules that we cover within the training, and to prepare them in order for them to have a rich experience once we are having these trainings. What informed the development of this handbook was the need to, first of all, to improve the content that was already there, and also to add new topics that are more relevant to the current situation that we are in as a country and also in the world, especially after this pandemic of COVID-19. There are certain topics that we just had to include, such as mental health, which would help our fellows to cope with the stress of both being young people in this country and trying to become change makers. The development of this handbook has been quite the journey for us. It started in January of 2021 and it has taken us at least 7 months in order to complete it. It has been a series of back and forth. It has been a series of reviews, analyzing the content, going back to the drawing board, and trying to see what really is relevant even within these modules, what content is relevant to our fellows. Therefore, I can't say that I worked on it entirely alone, because I had the assistance and the help and input of my teammates here at PACEmaker International. For instance, we had our head of programs. He came in very handy when it came to developing content on safeguarding and resource mobilization. And also we had our head of strategy and operations, who ensured that we had all the resources that were required in order to fulfill the development of this handbook. And also our executive director, who came in very handy when it comes to reviewing the handbook once it was done, and adding his remarks as the executive director, and just small bits and here and there, whereby due to his expertise he would recommend for us to improve on. The handbook contains 15 modules. These modules are arranged in a way that the first 5 modules are compulsory for our fellows to be taken through during the physical trainings, and therefore they form the basis for the whole fellowship, because they are more of the skills they require once they go to these schools. We have human-centered design, in other words called design thinking. We have strategic storytelling, resource mobilization, social entrepreneurship, and safeguarding. So these are the 5 core topics that we usually have. They must be taken through so that they are able to perform the work that they're supposed to do in these schools efficiently and within the laws that have been set in place when it comes to dealing with children. How we developed this handbook, the design that it took is a form of a workbook, whereby the fellows have to come with it when they come for the bi-weekly trainings, because there are more of reflections. They contain questions and reflective questions that guide the fellows as we go through the sessions. Therefore, it's very important for them to come with the handbook during training, because it guides the whole conversation during training, and it enriches the discussions and the activities within the training sessions. We saw that it was important to develop this handbook for our fellows, because previously we did have a sort of an information pack for fellows, but it was more of just information about various sessions. And also, as you can see, we have 15 modules, and previously they were around just 7 or 10, around 7 modules that they would cover, and it was more of just information about what will be covered. But now for this handbook, it has more questions. In addition to the information, we have questions that help them to reflect on what they have learned and how they intend to implement this information and new knowledge. Therefore, we encourage our fellows to use this handbook to guide their journey of change making, not just as PACE fellows, but also as change makers in their communities. Thank you.